So here we are, getting ready to go on another adventure. We're going to Fires Creek. So we got the GT. We got some new bags here on the front, and Mike is getting ready to put it on top of the car. Got us a makeshift bag on the front of the old Jameis, and this is how we hook them up. Sometimes. There we go. What you gonna catch, bub?
Bigger trout than you.
I told him he's gonna have to bring some tissues to dry all those tears when he sees me catch all the big fish. We're gonna ride up this road here all the way up through these switchbacks and then all the way up to where Big Stamp is, and we're gonna come back down this Rockhouse Road trail and we're gonna try to do some fishing in here. All right, so we are on a 16-mile loop and we are about 1 3/4 miles in. You can hear Fires Creek down there. This is a beautiful, beautiful ride. I've done it quite a few times, but it's been probably 2 or 3 years.
2 minutes and 16 seconds long.
You time lapse?
Yeah.
How's that
I
possible?
don't know. It don't make no sense. Because it was only like 3 minutes or something. The whole way up to the left.
I don't know. That might be where Rockhouse comes out right there.
That's where me and Pa used to fish.
Selfie sticks. Well, we've been past the Bristol fields. Now we're up to the switchbacks. So far, we have been, let's see here. What'd she say? 7.42 miles. All right, we got about 3 miles left to get to the summit, and then we'll be heading down Rockhouse Road. All right, so we've made it 10.5 miles, and we had to stop here, get a little snack break. So we've got, we think, about another 1/2 mile, maybe 1 mile to get up to the top around where Big Stamp is, and then we're gonna see if we can make it down Rockhouse. Now this right here is one tough hill, and I just walked it. I've made it up at a time or two, but it's been years ago. There you go. Look at this dude. You got it, don't stop. Good grief. Fall color. That's awesome. So Rockhouse is it's rough. I mean, this is an old road bed, but as you can see, it's very rarely traveled, so we're having to kind of push our bikes a little bit, but that's okay. There's a road. Mike is coming down the road. And that's the road that way. Some of these places here, they're just not rideable at all.
Some.
This is our road. Kind of washed out. All right, so we've gotten to a spot here that's way more rideable and a whole lot prettier. Here comes Bub. Finally got to some rideable single track that's been recently cleared. I seen where they sawing out some blowdowns and stuff, so that's good. This is better, ain't it? Huh?
Yeah, a little bit.
Creek crossing. Okay, so we made it down. We didn't come down this trail. We came down, got on the gravel, came down this gravel road, crossed this little bridge, and there are some awesome looking fishing holes right in here. So look at that blue, look at that pretty blue water. So Mike is gonna fish this, and I'm gonna make us some supper. We're gonna build a fire right here. All right, so got the fire going. Now, when you build a fire, there's a few things you need to think about. Number one is, what kind of wood am I gonna use to start this fire? Of course, it needs to be dry wood, and it needs to be wood that's not green. Wood that's been preferably off the ground, kind of leaning up like this, so the air's been blowing through it. It's been dead for a while. It should have a good snap to it. And when it snaps, it should snap clean like that. That's a good sign that that wood's seasoned out, pretty dry. When you build your little fire, the first thing that's very helpful is to carry some of these little cotton balls. And what I do is I take my cotton balls and I rub them down with Vaseline. So that little petroleum jelly, man, it ignites so good. And I want to show you this. I'll just take one, I'll just put it in the fire here. Watch this. Looks like a marshmallow. Look at that thing. So those are really, really good. They burn for 3 or 4 minutes, and they'll help get your little fire going. Because you're never gonna, almost never find perfectly dry wood. But when I build my fire, I like to go ahead and get me some staging wood. So the next size up, then the next size up, and then some bigger stuff towards the end. So that's really important. So yeah, there's just some ideas there on building a fire, getting one started. So right now I'm making coffee, and this little pot it's got a pretty long handle on it, so I can just have an unstable bit of firewood there and hold the pot. And it just takes a couple minutes and that water will be boiling, and then I'll have me some coffee. And Micah, he's down there somewhere trying to catch a trout. So I've got my little stainless coffee mug here, my MSR coffee filter, a little baggie of coffee, and then we're gonna do some ramen noodles, just like the last trip. So much fun. You see this little guy right here? This is called a spot tracker. And I recommend that if you do anything in the woods where you are out away from cell service that's substantial, where you are alone for quite a while, that you invest in one of these. This is called the Spot X. I do not recommend this one because I've had some trouble with it. It doesn't send out messages very well, and the battery life doesn't last nearly as long as claimed to be. But, and this is made by Spot, but Garmin makes something very similar, but it's about $100 more. It's called the Garmin InReach, and they also make a small one called the InReach Mini, and you can send texts from them as well. But what I liked about this one was the keypad, so I can actually text my wife via satellite using this device. You got to pay a monthly fee to be able to do that, and the device itself costs about $250. But the important thing is it's got an SOS button here. If I were to break my neck and not be able to move, I can hit that button, and if the signal will get out, EMS services will come to that GPS location as quick as they can. That's what these things are really designed for. So anyway, that's pretty cool. It's a GPS tracking device. It can track where I'm at as well. So yeah, those are worth having. They're very handy if you're spending a lot of time out in the wilderness. And right now I'm trying to send a message to Shanna. Well, it's starting to darken up, and this is our second batch of ramen noodles. I made some good coffee. Micah caught a trout right there. So I'm gonna try to put it on here as soon as these noodles are done. Right?
Oh yeah.
Then we'll ride our bikes out of here and head home. So we ate all our ramen noodles, and now Micah is cooking his trout, and he has it in that leftover ramen noodle juice. So he's boiling it in the little pot.
Yep.
And we'll see. We will see. Oh, gourmet trout cooked in ramen noodle juice. Don't you wish you were us?
I'm gonna pour the juice out.
In a real survival situation, you're supposed to drink the juice of everything. But we're gonna go home tonight. Pour it right there. Pour it on the fire. We're done. We need to put that thing out. There you go. Okay. Spoon right here. You can eat him bones and all, right?
Yep. Okay. There we go.
Oh man. This is either going to be the best thing you've ever tasted,
Or like the worst.
or you're going to puke. The suspense is killing me.
Oh, it's still hot.
It's like sardine. Is it good?
No.
No? You killed it. You got to eat it. I'm going to try a little bit.
Well, I mean, it ain't bad.
Can't be too bad.
It's just...
Tastes fishy.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna start packing our stuff up. All right, so we got our fire put out. We've got our bike lights on. We're loaded up. And I don't know how far we got to go, maybe a mile. Get back to the, hey, shine your light on the ground. Let's make sure we didn't leave anything.
Yeah, that's what we're
All right, we left them some firewood. Fire's put out, poured water on it. Nothing's laying on the ground. All right, here we go. All right, heading back to the car. Going down the Fires Creek Road. I'm videoing. Yep. I'm gonna tell you what. That Rockhouse Road. What'd you think about it, Micah?
I give it a 0.5 out of 10 rating.
0.5 out of 10. Well, so the climb up was this nice gravel all the way to about the last 5%, and then it turned pretty steep and gets pretty rugged. And then we drop off down Rockhouse, and as you saw in the video, it was nothing but hike-a-bike, super steep, and a bunch of weeds. But after about a mile, we found a little campsite, and it looked like the trail started getting a little better, and it did. We was able to ride it, and then it just got better and better and better. And I knew it would. So there's an adventure though, and I would do it again. So we are in the car and heading out of Fires Creek, driving real slow, and we had a good time. When we got back to the parking lot, some friends of ours were waiting on us. They had noticed we had not gotten back and it was still dark, and they were concerned. They called Shanna, and we said, hey, thank you so much, but we're okay. It was kind of our plan. We had stopped and built a fire and fished a little bit. So anyway, we had a great trip, and we're gonna head to the house and get cleaned up, get in the bed. Thanks for watching. Hope you subscribe to the channel. We'll be uploading plenty more adventures. See you later.